Monica Abenasser from Kamloops, British Columbia, and I am an online entrepreneur as well as a success coach with a training branding platform that I'm a part of. I have spent the last couple of days just going through the Tony Robbins Comeback Challenge that I did last June and sharing a few tips and hints that I picked up that have really catapulted my life into a whole new sector. So let's get going. So day 3 was all about relationships and having expectations of other people. So when your needs aren't being met, you have to ask yourself, does that person even know what my expectations are? Do they know what my love language is? Do they know that what brings me joy and passion and excites me? Do they know? Because if you haven't had those tough conversations, regardless of if it's a friendship, a romantic relationship, a mother-daughter relationship with your kidlings, your son, whoever, and same thing goes for business. If you haven't set the boundaries and the expectations for somebody, how are they to know? How are they to know? So that's what this day was all about. And a lot of times, circumstances take over. As a relationship builds and, time passes and the little things that you maybe thought were really cool and sweet and lovely about that person, they don't thrill you so much anymore. You might notice that they are super judgmental, or that they've got a huge ego, or that, they're the only thing you want them to do is just to do something without being asked to do it. And they're not doing it. Or they don't praise you enough. Like, what is your love language? You gotta first discover that. So my love language is actually when I'm showing love, I actually do, gifts is a big one. I like to listen and then send random gifts or give random gifts or cards or flowers or those kinds of things. That's my love language, to show you that I love you and I care for you. But what I discovered throughout this process, like with my daughter, she needs time. So every time that I said to her, I'm too busy right now, I'm busy working. And that was a lot of her childhood. Because I did own my own brick and mortar company. And I was also a VP of operations for another company prior to that. So a lot of her growing up was mommy was busy. Mommy was super busy. The time we spent together was super quality time for the most part. But, I never missed soccer games or any of her sporting events or, the chance to braid her hair or anything like that. But all she wanted was more time. That's her love language. And for me, for somebody to show me love, I'm all about service. So you do the little things, you vacuum the house without being asked, or you take out the garbage without being asked, those kinds of things. And I'm always amazed that people don't get that. And just recently, probably within the last few months since I finished this project of the Tony Robbins Comeback Challenge, I've also realized that I do need words of affirmation. I didn't realize that I freaking needed them, but I just need a good job, thank you. That's all I need, and then I'm good. Bucket full. And so I do a lot for other people, but I've really had to take the time to do my priming every day to make sure that I'm eating as healthy as I can, making sure that I drink my water. I haven't been exercising as much as I should, so that's definitely still on my to-do list to get going better. Now that spring's here, I really don't have a choice, or a choice. I always have a choice. But I really have no excuse. I didn't want to go to the gym because you got to wear a mask and a blah, 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 blah. But anyway, the other part of day 3 of the Tony Robbins Comeback Challenge was this amazing little Hawaiian mantra that I learned. And it's very powerful. So if you're in the middle of a disagreement with somebody and you are like, whoa, I didn't do anything. Why are we yelling at each other? Or they're completely in the wrong, but you're like, I just need to get out of this. Like, instead of walking away, you can do this little mantra to them, or you can just say it in your head because it will help diffuse you. So it's called Hapononono. I still don't know if I say that right. I probably don't. And if my girlfriend Rhonda watches this, she's going to tease me about it. But it is essentially, I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, thank you. So that can be when you're in the wrong or when you're just trying to diffuse the situation. It works wonders for the most part. It stops people. It kind of goes, okay. Now, sometimes I say it in my head when I'm in the middle of a disagreement with somebody, and just in my head, I'm like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I don't want to get into this right now. So I'll say it in my head. And usually just the switch in my tone diffuses the situation. And it's not even that I'm actually saying the words out loud, right? So I hope that has brought you a little bit of value. But day 3 is super cool, super duper cool. It helped me really sit down and have a real conversation with my kidlin. She's number 1 in my life. Like, what do you need from me? And so she said, spend more time, but she also loves the gifts. She loves that that's the way that I show my love, and she doesn't want me to change that. But we have spent more time together, more quality time, and I'm so glad because she's an amazing kid too. So she's 25. I shouldn't call her a kid anymore. But on that note, I hope that you tune in again. I wish everybody light, love, happiness, great health, of course, and pink sparkles coming your way.